Hey everybody. So what a start to the season for James Neal. It really appears that James the real deal Neal is back with the Edmonton Oilers. He's got 6 goals already this season in Edmonton's first 3 games, including a 4-goal game last night against the New York Islanders. And he now, through 3 games this season, is only 1 goal shy of his entire total from last year with Calgary, where he only scored 7 goals in the entire season. James Neal is back, and what a move by Edmonton to get not only dump the Milan Lucic contract, but bring back a player who Calgary was obviously desperate to get rid of after a terrible, terrible season last year, a career worst season last year by far. But now he goes to Edmonton, and I mean, talk about a bounce back year. I mean, he's off to a great start. Obviously, it's only 3 games in, and there's the potential, I guess, is there for him to only score another couple goals all season long. I don't see that happening. James Neal is back. He's getting the chance to play with Connor McDavid on the top line, and he's lighting it up. Talk about a bounce back season. I could easily see 25 goals out of James Neal this year. He's got 6 through 3 games. 6 goals through 3 games. I mean, he could go the rest of October without scoring, and I would look at those stats and say first month of the season, James Neal's got 6 goals. I'd say, hey, that's a pretty darn good month. He's done it in the first 3 games. So, I really think that Neal is going to have a good year this year. It certainly looks like it. What a game last night. 4 goals against the Islanders. Great game. And then the game before that, his other 2 goals came against the Kings on October 5th. So, Neal really seems to, have found a home with the Oilers and playing in that top 6 group, and he seems to be fitting in there really nicely. And, it's been a really good start, not only for Neal, but for Edmonton. They've won their first 3 games. Obviously, it's a little early to be, talking about records and standings and stuff. It's actually way too early to be talking about any of those things. But it's been a nice start for Edmonton, and James Neal's been a big part of that with 6 goals already. So, just talk about a turnaround. Neal was so bad last season. 7 goals, 19 points all season long after signing a huge free agency contract with Calgary. Calgary dumps him. They get rid of him. They don't want him anymore. They trade him for this, the albatross of a contract that Milan Lucic has in a 1-for-1 deal with Edmonton, and Edmonton's gotten 6 goals out of it. Calgary's gotten, the league leader in fights. Milan Lucic leads the NHL in fights right now with 2. He's got 2 fights in Calgary's first few games here. But James Neal, it certainly looks like Edmonton is winning that trade because James Neal's got 6 goals already. I don't know if Lucic is going to get to 6 goals all season long. That, that remains to be seen. So, really, really good start for James Neal. The real deal is back. Looks like he's having a bounce-back season after an atrocious year last year. And, when you look at what, Edmonton needs from James Neal, they don't need a point-per-game player. They've got 200-point scorers in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. They need a goal scorer. They need additional goal scoring. They don't need someone who's going to put up 85 points. They don't need someone who's going to put up even 60 points. They need 25-ish goals from James Neal, and that's about it. So if he finishes the year with 25 goals and 15 assists and, let's see, what's that? Quick math. So that's like 40 points. That's all they need. That's all they need from James Neal is about 40 points and 25 goals. And if he can do that, then I think this is a successful year for James Neal. That trade is a success for the Oilers. And, whether or not that translates to more wins remains to be seen. But as far as things working out for James Neal, I think that he's well on his way so far. and it looks like a good fit so far. Neal's played well to start this year, and as long as he continues to play well, he's going to get that ice time with Edmonton's top players. And if you play with Connor McDavid, if you play with Leon Draisaitl, if you play with these top stars in Edmonton, you're going to put up points, because it doesn't matter who they play with, they're putting up points. So you're going to put up points just by playing with them. We saw that last year where Alex Chiasson, who quite frankly had forever been kind of a fourth-line guy, got a chance to play a lot with Connor McDavid, and he ended up having a 20-goal season in a very, very good year. So I'm not surprised necessarily that James Neal is off to this good. I'm surprised he's off to this good of a start. I'm not surprised he's probably going to have a good year. I think when you put him with playmakers and you put him with really talented players around him, we saw what he did in Pittsburgh, playing with Crosby and Malkin and all those really good Pittsburgh teams. He had a 40-goal season. He was a consistent 20-plus goal scorer. We know the player that James Neal can be. And then he went to Nashville and had a 30-goal season and followed it up with a 23-goal season. And then he went to Vegas and had a 25-goal season. We know what James Neal can be, a consistent mid-20s goal scorer, and then some years he has really good years and can go well above that. And then he had last year where he only scored 7, and it was a terrible, terrible season, but he looks to be bouncing back from that, and I think you put him with good players, and he's going to raise his game and play really well. And I think we're seeing that so far this year, and I hope it continues for the rest of the year, because it's exciting when James Neal is playing well. He makes the Oilers better. He's an exciting player for the league. He's a fun guy to watch and a very, very talented goal scorer. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.